get in here, get you some water, have a seat, and enjoy. This is another live video of me getting ready to holistically transform non-relaxed curly hair that has driven all the way from Colorado Springs, Colorado to come up and see little old me. And watch me do this good without using any conditioner. I'm not going to use any heat protectant or any spritz or hairspray when we get done, and the hair is going to look amazing. I'm not going to use any keratin relaxer or protein treatments either, because those seem to be the popular alternative, which is not helping my clients out as much as they thought. So today you're going to watch me conduct a session of the Holistic Hair and Scalp Restoration Program. So hang tight and I'll be right back. I lied. Lays out, I'll be right back. I'm about to go get my client. So I'll be right back. Thank you for coming back.
Is this different?
No, it's just turned around.
Oh, okay.
So it looks different, but it's the same.
Is it a humidifier?
No, ma'am. This is a, it's called an air evaporative unit.
Oh.
So this up here is filthy, is a fan.
Okay.
And it's a very strong one. But this down here is called the evaporative cooler.
Okay.
So you can add water to this and then turn the evaporative unit
and
on.
then it feels like an AC.
Just like an air conditioning unit. Yes, I will freeze you out of here. So it's the only way. Cool. Thank you. It's the only way I can get through the summer days here. Otherwise, I'd be sweating my hair out, and I can't have that.
You always have the smartest little thing.
Thank you. I call them holistic alternative solutions. Designed to save us time or money, if not both.
Oh, yeah. How have you been? Good?
I am managing is what I like to call it, because every day isn't good. But definitely managing.
I would say that.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Thank you.
I'll just say that I've been managing.
Yes, that's descriptive for us. When I say that to certain women, sometimes they just look at me and laugh and giggle, because they're like, okay, that's a good response. That's a good one. Gotta do my nail real quick. It done snapped and it snags on the hair. Wish my queen was here to do my nail for me, but there we go. There we go, there we go. And I need to smooth it out. Alright, now I can proceed. Alright, start with the scalp detox. So how have you been?
Good.
Good. How is the husband doing?
Good. Just working my nerves, but good.
He's supposed to.
He wouldn't be doing his job if he didn't.
That is very true. Is that pressure okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Good. I always want to make sure it feels good. Just let me know if any area is tender or sensitive.
How was your trip to New York?
Ooh, I love New York.
Did you like it?
Oh my God, yes. The visuals, you know, the lights. So I flew in kind of late. And oh my God, the nightlife is beautiful. Man, so I was only there for 24 hours, so it really wasn't long enough. because I literally flew in on the evening of, and then flew out that next afternoon. So I feel it just wasn't long enough. So I definitely want to go back.
Good, good, good.
Yes, and spend, you know what I'm saying, more time. So I have more time to get out and get around. There's so much water there.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Well,
water.
yeah, they say New York, New York. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
Oh, say that again. They said if you can make it in Colorado, you can make it
song.
anywhere.
No, it's a song
Oh,
called New York, New York. If you can make it, like in New York,
yeah.
if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere.
I see what you're saying. I see. Definitely want to get back there. It's nice. The food is good. The shopping was nice. So I was like, oh yeah, this is a good place for me.
So it's not as crazy as the news be trying to make it sound, huh?
No, I thought the streets would be more crowded, but they
Mhm.
weren't. And I don't know, I guess I didn't have any other real expectations, but New York was really nice. Really, really nice.
Because you would expect the streets to be crowded, but if they
Yeah, it wasn't like it used to be in New York. I guess more people than got cars or something, but it was nice. It was really nice. And then since I've seen you, in addition to going to New York, I also went to LA. I went to Beverly Hills.
You did?
I did. I got hired by a CEO um, to go out there. I actually did 2 women's hair.
Oh, wow.
Yes, that hired me to do their hair. So that was different.
That was awesome.
It was. LA is so pretty because the beach is
Mhm.
right there.
Yeah.
They have all them hills and stuff.
And the weather?
The weather was beautiful.
Yeah,
I mean, we didn't
good.
need a coat or nothing
Yeah, the weather's just perfect.
till it got dark. Then it got a little chilly at night. But I killed myself for that trip because what I decided to do was fly in the day of. Because now, mind you, I have clients to do every day, so I was scared of losing money, right? So I decided to fly in on the day of the event, which wasn't that bad, but I flew in early, so I had to get up early. Okay, so I'm up early and up at 2:30 a.m. the morning I'm flying out.
Okay.
So that resulted in me having to land and hit the ground running because I had to get the rental car, had to go check in at my hotel. Then I had to do some running around because I had to buy me some new scrubs.
I got you.
And then had to get to the hotel where everyone was at to set up and take my first client. So there was no time to rest, is what I'm saying.
I got you.
So the whole day was full. I mean, I wasn't thinking either because it dawned on me when I started looking at the schedule. It's like, oh my God, this is going to run until 9 o'clock. I decided to book my flight out the next day at 5:30 because that'd be the cheap flight.
5:30 in the evening?
In the morning. Oh, so that means you got to get up by 2:30, 3 o'clock to get to the airport on time. So I killed.
So you were just,
I wasn't
it was
thinking.
just like boom, 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 boom.
And then I had to come back in here into Denver and do my clients on Friday.
So yeah.
I killed myself. That was called a suicide trip. Don't ever do that.
So you got to experience, but it was just still, when you think about it, you think about how you was running.
And it helps you to identify your worth.
Yeah.
Because now I realize what I got to do, you know, what it entails. And
so you can enjoy it.
Well, just so it's smooth and I'm not pressing myself.
Well, did they like their hair?
Oh, always. She
So
loves.
They were impressed.
Loves her hair. I think so. One of the clients, she did not want her hair smooth, and I didn't know that because you know I don't do curly hair, but I did it anyway to make the money. But
what you did curly?
Yeah. So all I do though is what I thought was impressive is nobody had to wash their hair. I just pull up on the scene with my water,
Yeah.
And just spray it on her hair.
Right.
That makes it detangled.
Right.
Makes it easy for me to comb through. Then I gave her a full blowout to do the trim. Then I took her photos and then re-wet her down. She never went to a shampoo bowl and she never used any shampoo. So I think she was impressed that her hair felt softer and she hadn't even washed it before me doing it. So that was cool. And then being in the hotel with them.
Did you sell some product?
No, did not intend to sell any product. I was just there to do hair. Yeah. And then what I do is I leave samples with who I'm doing. So it's like, here's a sample. I just ordered new capes. I got brand new capes that have my water beauty solution on it. So when I do travel, everyone can see it instead of just my logo that I did on these. So it was really, really fun. Yes. So I was able to meet some high-end producers, which is like Emil Pinnock. I met Malcolm Spellman. I met Jimmy Chris. These are all big-time motion picture producers in LA that were there. So I got to meet them.
Awesome.
And then that was it. That was the only excitement. I had to get back here and play catch up is what I call it with sleep.
Now, was this like an event or something?
So yes, she was doing an Alchemist Award. It was really nice. She awarded awards to a few individuals that are making, differences in the community and that are definitely trailblazing and again making a difference for the Black community. Yeah, I think so. So it was fun, yes. And now I'm headed to Atlanta, Georgia, which is actually kind of like my home.
Do you like it there?
I love Georgia. They just kind of me out there a little bit. I don't know what I thought, but I thought that I'll speak on a professional level, on a salon level. I thought that everyone's businesses was like their cars in the way they dress. Does that make sense?
Oh,
so like people in Atlanta,
they present well.
They dress, they stay in Gucci, they stay in Louis, So, and then they drive. Everybody got a Benz or a Beamer, or a G-Wagon or something. So I'm like, oh my God, the businesses of Blacks are high end too. Ooh. In order for me to find a high-end silk press salon in Atlanta, and that's a big city, I gotta go to the Hispanics or the Asians.
No.
Yes, ma'am. If I go to a Black salon that's owned by Blacks, it may look good. They do well with setting up shop, but their time management sucks.
Yeah, because you sat there all day.
Oh my God, and then they got mad. I went to a salon, I could not believe he double booked me like that, and I told him I had an appointment after that.
Oh, they don't care.
He did not care.
And most beauticians here don't care.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got up and
that's why. Yeah.
I got up and left in the middle of the service, and the whole salon was bothered. Even the women that had been clearly double booked, they was looking at me like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm about to leave. What you mean? What am I doing?
Because,
oh my God, I could not believe.
It's tacky.
Ooh. And then he didn't call the stylist.
What they'll do is get you in the shampoo chair and then get you stuff.
That's what he did to me. I told him before I even sat down, are you sure? I said to him, you gonna be able to get me out on time? And he goes, I should be able to. That was my cue right there. So then he gonna take me to the blow dryer section. So the hooded dryer section. So I asked him, what are you doing? And he said, well, I gotta finish this other client. That is not my problem. You shouldn't have had me come in here at the time you had me come in if you knew you had another client already in the chair. So I let him go on over there, took out my phone. I recorded him working on another client. And what was crazy, he seen me recording him. He was doing the hair. He gonna peek over at me like, well, I don't know what she doing. So I just calmly took my cape off and my towel off. And I went over to him and I gave him $25 into his pocket.
For the shampoo.
For the shampoo he had done, correct. And I said, have a nice day. He didn't say, what's wrong? Why you leaving? Did I do something wrong? Nothing. You didn't even care that you just lost a client? And I tipped real big.
Yeah.
Real big. You lost a whole bunch of money, and I will never go back to that salon ever again. Now, again, he may not care because most people behind the chair don't care. That's what's up. The world is changing, and clients are beginning to care and respect their money in the chair. So
people work too hard for their money.
Yeah, and to be treated that way. Yeah, that's highly disrespectful.
It's this attitude that's like, it's no longer an attitude of service. It's like
you better come give me this money.
Yeah.
You better shut up. Even if I make you wait, you better shut up and just sit down.
Because I'm gonna make you look good, so you better be just grateful.
And you need me. So that's so disrespectful. That is the worst service that you can offer your clients is double booking them. So yeah, I will never go to a black salon in Atlanta ever again.
That's raggedy.
It is. So I heard you got to go to like individuals that, like myself, that have a private suite. Because if you choose to go to a traditional brick and mortar salon, you're going to be triple booked.
You're going to get that here. That's what you get here.
They still doing that here in Denver?
I mean, well, I ain't been to one in so long in Denver, but that's all I ever knew prior to you.
That's not okay. I hear that that's a big reason as to why you ladies come back is because of my time management. Is that true?
It's I think the fact that you come in and you get it done and you don't spend all day in the doggone salon. I mean, I remember when I was a young woman and I told my husband, I said, I'm going to get my hair done. And I don't know if you know Miss Lily.
Miss Lily, yeah. She out on Chambers in Mississippi.
Yeah. She used to do my hair. She was the primary person who did my hair. And she did a girlfriend of mine. And, but she took all day. She took all day. I remember I was young and we were moving. And I told my husband, I said, I'm gonna go get my hair done and I'll come back and by then you probably should have you all loaded up and everything. Child, I'll never forget that. My husband went through that house, threw away so many things, and he was so pissed because I was taking so long. But I mean, it was just stuff that you know how when you get ready to move and stuff, if you have a partner that they don't really want to move. Well, if I was home, I'd have been like, you better load it and forget about it. But he was like, oh, she ain't here no how.
Okay, here we go. Then I'm gonna handle this one.
So that visit sticks in my mind because I said that if I wasn't sitting up in the salon all day, and I remember him calling me saying, are you on your way home? And I'd be like, no, I'm still under the dryer.
Oh, that hooded dryer trick.
Or the other thing they do,
is
you, like them, I sent Sanrisa to get her hair done by Miss Lily. Lily put her in somebody else's chair.
Ooh, there's this one girl on YouTube. She just got in trouble for doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Is tricking somebody into thinking that you're gonna get the person that you see, and then when you get to the salon, you got somebody else in your head. That's not cool to do that either to clients.
Because I told her, I said, Lily, I said, go to Miss Lily, make an appointment. And she said, Miss Lily, I'm so and so's daughter. And I've been going to her for years. And so that meant
You wanted her to see her. Correct.
And so, and when she did that, and the girl, did not, Sonrisa was not happy. And,
but you know what? This is kind of divine because we've been talking about how poor salons operate all week long. Because I'm noticing here, even in this building, that stylists ain't as busy as they used to be. Clients are not booking like they used to. And I've talked to a few, and they're saying that they're just not happy with the lack of quality, the lack of results, and the lack of customer service. That's sad because that all can be changed. You know what I mean? That can all be transitioned into more professional business strategies if you care,
But you just have people with such attitude. I just can't believe this attitude.
Me either. I didn't came up against some attitudes as well. Oh, you got it. About not changing, not wanting to learn nothing new, and I'm good, and I don't need to learn nothing else. Well, it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
No wonder you struggle.
And I'm telling you, people just, like you said, they're trying to sit up in somebody's chair and look good one day and wake up the next day and gotta fix it.
Or the day after.
Or right. After sitting there all day long.
But you know what? What we really decided and what we realized, they're not going to change until the clients change.
That's true.
As long as clients keep what I call being quiet, being nice, right?
Yeah.
Because there's this thing where it's like, oh, well, I don't want to hurt the stylist's feelings. Well, okay.
But you see, and that's just how they get you too. Because they know, the pickings are slim in Colorado. Used to be. And so, and that's why I was just to the point where, hey, if I don't like my experience, then I will do that. I ain't got a problem going natural. I ain't got a problem.
Meaning that you just figure you're just gonna do without and not go into the salon anymore?
Not to.
That's a shame.
To certain.
Stylist is running good money away from the salons.
Because like Lily, after she did that, I didn't go. I never went back there.
And that's crazy. You didn't leave her because she made your hair look crazy. You left her because of the time management.
Well, the time before that I did go, I sat there for so long. It's just ridiculous. It is ridiculous how long you sit there. And you just put up with it because what other options you got? But I think, there's other options.
There is.
And what the other option is when people started really going natural. That really messed up, I think. A lot of people.
That's true. And that's sad that women started just saying, to hell with it. I ain't even gonna smooth my hair and look good anymore. I'm gonna just walk around kinky, frizzy, and brittle looking because it ain't gonna last. Or, you know what I mean? Lack of trust in it lasting. Are you getting warm, honey?
Okay. Oh, I'm not hot.
No?
Okay, I'm fine, baby. It's just, do I feel hot?
You a little bit?
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I feel good. And you know how those kids, I remember as a little girl,
yes,
sitting up there all day in the beautician, maybe get your hair done. They do just like that, especially with kids.
I guess that was okay back in the day when women didn't have nothing else to do with their day. Then I could see it, but women are busy nowadays.
Yeah.
Women have kids. We got jobs. You know, back in the day, women wasn't working.
Right.
We was all housewives, I guess. So you could spend all day in the salon. That wasn't a problem. Nowadays, that is not what's up at all.
And then what they do is, you know, you go get a kid, you get dropped off in the morning,
Yeah.
and they still ain't finished their head. And they walking around there, eating and carrying on, and you like,
But here's
I'm
the thing.
hungry.
Here's the thing. None of these stylists are going to change at this industry. Hold on. Is that water okay?
No, it's good.
Not too warm? Good. They're not going to change until clients change. As long as clients keep being two-faced and keep hee-ha-haing when you know you mad, and you keep leaving tips when you know you mad, the stylists are not going to change, because most stylists, they ain't been to college, so we ain't all that smart. Yeah, no. So when we see clients not saying nothing and you're not complaining, we think you cool with it. She didn't say nothing. Yeah, it took an hour to start her, but she didn't say nothing, so she must be cool with sitting in the window or in my waiting area for an hour, because she didn't say nothing. She must be cool with me using all these products on her hair, because she didn't say nothing. She tipped me. She smiled, told me to have a good day, so I'm going to do the same thing on the next client, because nobody's saying nothing to me. Yeah. So until clients change, this industry ain't gonna never change. It's gonna get more reckless and more reckless and more reckless. It's gonna become a time when you're gonna be waiting 2 hours to get in the chair.
Well, and also because they don't want to go through the hassle of informing clients if you cancel this, if you do this.
That is not a hassle.
But you
To
know what I'm
just,
saying?
yeah,
They
to
rather
just
have a
simply
book.
say, no ma'am. Well, what it is I think, come back, baby, come back. I think stylists are so desperate for the money, and they have not been taught how to properly run business, so their finances are not where they need to be. So you feel obligated to just take a client, no matter what the client is asking for or what time the client says she want to be here. So stylists just be like, okay, no, hold on, client. I know you just said you want to come give me that money at 4 o'clock today, but I already have a client at 4. Would 6 be all right? All the client's gonna do is be like, yeah, that's great. That's even better.
Because I really come at 6, then sit there from 4 to 6.
Or at least say to your client, no, well, client, would you like to be double booked today? I have someone in the chair. Is it all right if you just come and sit and watch me do her hair? The client would probably be like, well, no, do you have another time available for me? You're not going to lose the client by telling her you already got somebody. Because clients love to do that. Just call and be like, I want to come in tomorrow at 10. Who told you I have an opening at 10? So you got to be strong. You can't be no punk stylist, because these clients are bullies. They smell punk. And they be like, ooh, she's soft. She ain't got no cancellation policy. She ain't got no this, no that. So I now realize, me walking out of that salon in Atlanta, oh honey, I made history. I should have recorded it. Should have had me a videographer with me that day and caught all that on video.
I ain't taking this no more. I
Man,
posted it on YouTube. Don't take it no more with me.
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe he did not care about double booking me.
No.
And he gave me an attitude like I was out of line for leaving. Like, how dare you leave? And I already washed you. Like, I don't need you to do my hair. I wanted you to do my hair. And that's a big difference.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That's a huge difference.
But they're used to people needing.
I mean, I think my clients need me. But what good would it be to make y'all wait? I just had a client, she thought I accepted walk-ins. Aw, that was so cute. And she got dropped off. So I don't know who she was talking to or what she thought, but she thought that I operated like a traditional black salon. So she comes, I don't play that tapping on my door. So I'm thinking there's somebody here in the building. And so I'm like, hi. And I go to the door and she's like, oh, I'm here for a silk press for the My White Experience. I was like, that's cute. Because it's a Saturday that she's done this. Do you know how many traditional salons would have took her and told her to have a seat, knowing that they already had a whole bunch of clients to do for the day? So I told her, I said, oh, no, ma'am. I said, my response to her was, I'm booked. Do you know the client looked at me? She said, oh, I'll wait. I told her, no, you won't. Don't nobody be waiting in here. I have a suite. I don't have no regular salon. And then she's like, oh, well, I got dropped off. Girl, where are you from?
I know you got a cell phone, better call them back.
Yeah, you're going to have to go sit up in my lobby and call your ride back because you're not going to get in my chair today. I don't even take walk-ins. You should have seen her face. She was shooken. She was like, you ain't taking no walk-ins. No, no. I don't operate like that. I'm not a salon. I'm a private practice. I'm a hair replacement service. I'm not a salon. I'm not a stylist. So I don't operate like them. And that's what's got me over 6 figures every single year. And I only offer 2 services. You can't book a haircut with me. You can't book hair color with me. You can't book extensions with me. You can't book braids with me. None of that. And I earn over 6 figures a year. Wow. So I sure thank you, ladies, for coming, for preferring me, because you have so many options here in Denver, Colorado to choose from. There's so many stylists nowadays.
See, I don't know. But back in the day, you just didn't. And I think that's what
I think it was expected back in the day, but it's the reason why clients are chair hopping, and so many stylists don't understand why. And it's like, it ain't got nothing to do really with how you did their hair. It might have been how long you made her wait. It might have been how much serum you put. You put too much heat protectant, There's so much going on that clients are not speaking up about.
That's true.
And as long as the clients ain't speaking up about it, it ain't gonna never be changed. I mean, there used to be a day where that's all clients was doing was running a door. I mean, a client couldn't wait for us to make a mistake so that the client could go and report us. Now,
oh wow,
it's like nobody wants to call Dora and report us. All they just do is just go to somebody else. Well,
I don't even know about Dora.
that is true. And it's to the point now where most clients get to tripping, or a stylist to get to tripping if you complain nowadays. They look at the client like, what is wrong with you? You complaining about a stylist? Yeah, she wasn't happy. Come on back. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to complain. Then I talked to the clients. I was like, hey, I talked to a couple clients. And was like, how come you don't say nothing? How come you don't be speaking up? Because they come in here and definitely want to tell me about how bad the last stylist treated them. So I'm like, did you say something to her? And they're always like, well, no. Why not? All you did was set the next client up for failure, because that stylist is going to do the same exact thing to the next client. Dang. And it's like, is this truly a world, an industry of not caring? Like, this is the I don't care industry anymore? It's crazy.
That's something else, yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. You gotta let them know. Because I surely let Lydia know.
And then if the individual gets an attitude with you for speaking up, then you know you need to move around. But what good are you doing if you get up out of any service environment and you're unhappy and you haven't said nothing? Like, clients gotta quit being scared to say something. I always say, you ain't scared to tell the waitress at the restaurant if they gave you some pickles and you said no pickles. So why we get so quiet? Why are clients so quiet in the chair when you know you're unhappy? How come you don't say nothing? Is that water okay?
Sister.
Why is that?
I think people just need to just be more honest. Period. I mean, if you just need to just tell them what you feel.
No, that's how I got to the level I'm on, is by clients speaking up and getting on me about some of the things that I was doing. And I care, so it didn't give me an attitude. I didn't get mad. All I did was change. I set out and found an alternative solution so that the next client don't get upset or that I don't run off the next client. It didn't make me mad or I'm gonna keep doing the same thing. It made me change.
Or made you try things,
Like,
Oh, I
wow,
didn't even
if that's
realize.
happening to her, yeah, maybe it's happening to another client. But you are right. I guess I'm different.
Yes, you are.
Different. I care, 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 care. Care, 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 care.
Well, just the fact that, you walk in here, if you used to traditional ones, you walk in here, you see chairs, but you don't see other people in here. You're like,
Oh no.
oh,
Even if they tried to line up at the front door, the answer's no. You can't come in. You can sit here all you want. But I respect my clients.
Yeah.
So I'm never gonna double book none of them. Even when I do hair color, that drives me up a wall. I ain't gonna even lie, because the whole hour I just gotta sit here and play patty cakes with the client. But I would rather do that than risk taking another client. Because all that means somebody's about to wait. Somebody. Either your client in the chair is about to wait, or the client that came in is about to wait. And either way, it's all bad. That's so disrespectful and rude to do that to your clients. All right, sweetheart. We are all hydrated. No hooded dryer time.
no, that's
Come on over, babe. You need help? No. Got it. Good job. Good job.
And that is the truth. Even there was a young lady that I went to in the spring, and it was so funny. After really, and then what is it? Well, her mother. What it was is, like I said, when I was younger, it was just so far and few between if you found a good stuff.
Well, back in the
And so,
day, yeah,
yeah.
it used to be all kind of salons. No, there wasn't a bunch of salons.
Right, no.
There was only select
Yeah.
number of black
And
salons.
this lady that used to do my mom's hair, she did our hair growing up, and then her daughter grew up and had a salon. And and I hadn't gone for years, because I just started wearing my hair natural. And but I went to this lady when I was younger, and then when I got older and didn't go to Lily because we were down here in the Springs, And so I went to her one time, and we were going on vacation, and she took a long time like that. And we were getting ready to pull out to go on a road trip and everything. And I thought to myself, I just want, back in the day when you just wanted to get it conditioned and so forth. And you know how they did the whole dryer stuff and to condition your hair. And then I was just going to wear it natural. You know what I'm saying?
So you're talking like since 2000, because back before 1990, we wasn't doing no conditioning.
It was after 2000.
Yes, because I realized that that's when that moisture treatment came into play here in Colorado. Because prior to that, we were not using any conditioner here in Denver at all.
And so I remember she was taking so long, She was had another client, and it was just chatting and so forth. And I just told her, I said, I'm gonna just go ahead and just take me out, rinse me, and I'll just wear it natural because I was planning. I mean, we were going down south, and I figured I was gonna have to do that anyhow, eventually. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I just said, and she goes, you don't want me to do nothing else? And just, she goes, and she goes, and she goes, well, then you could just wear that kinky stuff.
Ooh.
Like that. She was an older lady.
It
She
is
goes, you just
kinky.
want it
That's what the
kinky?
natural is. It's kinky.
She goes,
Women have transitioned nappy and kinky into curls and curly in the natural. Well, you can call it what you want to call it, but that's not a full surface for black hair.
Yeah.
It's just not.
And so she thought like, well, it wasn't. But it was just like, it's taking too long, you know, and I just said, I'll just wear it, natural. I've got the conditioner, which
And that comes from lack of skills. If anybody's taken more than 2 hours, you're not confident with what you're doing, and you're trying to figure it out as you go. And that's common with.
Or just inconsiderate.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm
good.
saying?
Just at least check
Because
with me,
this
huh?
was a home salon.
Oh no, they was at
She
home.
was at home. Right.
That's why.
She goes straight to the and deal with another client. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just inconsiderate.
It is. It's lack of care. That's why I decided to get into hair caring and make a difference between hairstyling, because a hairstyle appointment, you're only going to get so much with a hairstylist. You got to make sure you get with a specialist or someone that's at least specializing in hair care that's going to not want to use the traditional conditioner, not want to use the traditional approach. They're going to talk to you about what you should do at home, what you should be doing in between sessions. When you're with a hairstylist, they're not going to talk to you about none of that.
And just in and out.
Yep.
They won't tell you, oh, you got some breakage here.
No.
They don't care.
That's true. So again, the problem doesn't lie with the stylists that don't care. That's the client's job to ensure that you're booking with the individual that's going to suit your needs,
Or
right?
ask them. If you sit in a chair and you got a concern and you don't even ask them, that's kind of crazy too.
It's true.
But you can different. You know? Some recent hair look this time.
Better and better. I'm very honest with her. She's thinking about coming up a little bit more often because she's not following the hair growth approach. She's following the seesaw approach. She's following what's called the seesaw approach. That means she grows and then she breaks out, and then she grows and then she breaks out. And that's because she's going too long without seeing anything. So I reminded her and went back to how full she was when she was coming in every 2 weeks. Once she decided to drop to every 4th week, that's when the seesaw effect started.
Okay.
So now that she sees that, she now wants to speed up the growth. She wants to not suffer another setback because we've been here before so many times.
It looks really good
Yeah.
in this part of her hair.
Oh yeah,
And
the
I
back
see
is
even
real.
this part coming in. But
Well,
like you
she's
said,
still struggling up
Yeah.
here, and that's why like I told her, I think that it would make a difference if we're doing things more frequently. Because the frequency of every 4 weeks, her ends die out on the 2nd week. So she's living 3 whole weeks combing through the ends. That's why she keeps breaking them. So like I told her, it's a bittersweet because I tell her now growth ain't her problem. It's retaining the growth is her problem. She's gonna let me know. She's contemplating on if she wants to commit, to make the drive or
that's, I think, the biggest thing.
but she'll definitely feel in a lot better. I'm detoxing better now, so I'm removing more buildup.
Yeah.
I've had to figure that part out. It was very, very challenging for me because the scalp buildup that clients coming in with, I ain't never seen. My mother, my family, we've never had this type of buildup. So I was shooketh with a lot of clients, and I didn't understand why does she have so much.
And I
Where is
think for
this
Tanya,
coming
she
from?
has a great deal of
Well,
buildup.
she sweats a lot too.
Yeah.
She gets hot, and she lays a lot as well. So that's why I think she gets the hair loss that she does. Because your sweat makes your hair kinky too.
And she does.
Yeah.
She's like my older sister. She sweats in her hair.
Yep. Everyone does. But her hair is short. So like you sweat in your hair too. That's why your hair gets so kinky before you come in.
Oh, yeah.
But she's short. You're long. So your sweat, that's why you look like this around here. Because your hairs are short. Same thing with Sunrisa. She's like this all over her. So that's why she has that frizzy look.
What I do, I do it here. I'm here.
Okay. Alright, keep check. Is that your one back there? Good. Over here. And one side. And then this side. Good. Thank you.
So yeah, I'm glad she, well, I hope she does, because, and the weather makes a big difference. God.
You know how many women done argued with me talking about climate don't matter?
No, I'm talking about the weather just coming up and back and forth.
Oh, yes, Lord.
You know what I'm saying? If she
Yes,
does
ma'am.
every 2 weeks, that's
Well,
winter.
I think because we're
winter's
coming
hard.
into we're coming into the spring, and that's the only reason she's considering coming up more often is because
Well, maybe
of
she should, in the summertime, But yeah. Oh, well, no. As far as that other, you were getting ready to say, as far as women saying the climate?
saying that women argue with me because I try to tell them that your climate determines really what your scalp and your hair, how it's going to act, right? Like in a dry climate, your hair stays straighter longer. You're just not going to frizz like you do if you're in a high humid climate. And women that have never lived here in Colorado, they tend to argue with me because they've never experienced Colorado's climate. So they think it's humid like theirs. How do they know? They ain't never been here. Right? So now that I've done that research, it's like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. Just like here in Denver, there is a lot of individuals that ain't never left Denver or went into humidity. They go to Vegas, or they just go to, to California. So they never really experience the difference in
And that's
hair.
a big difference.
Man, it so is. It so is.
Now, a question.
Yes.
In more humid climates, your hair's going to grow even better, right?
That is correct, because your sweat buildup is never turning to a solid. So your hair, the anagen phase, stays active. That the anagen phase is the growth phase. That's the phase that makes the strand, pushes it out your scalp.
Yep.
When you live in humidity, your scalp buildup never ever turns to a solid. So you have zero growth blockage when you live in humidity.
Okay. Because I know when I went down south to college, Lord have mercy. My hair was just, I couldn't even control my hair. You know what I mean? It was just, it was a joke. But I mean, I think about it was so thick. And it just looked like a continual afro. One of those flat afros all the time. But it was growing. It was growing.
I've lost so many clients to the humidity. And I used to think back in the day, I'd be like, dang, her stylist is fire. It ain't got nothing to do with the stylist. She just moved to humidity. Because the client wasn't even going to see a stylist. I just assumed that because I noticed how much longer the client's hair had gotten since they moved to the humidity.
Mm-hmm.
My best friend, when she was here, her hair was at her shoulders the whole time. Now her hair is long like yours. She got inches behind her back. And I got so confused because it was like, what are you doing? Like, are you taking a supplement? What growth serum? Are you using a growth serum? And it's like, no, she simply just moved from Denver to a high humid climate, and that's what results in hair growth.
But I'll tell you, Tanya, I mean, it's you that has caused my hair to grow past my shoulders. Because, I mean, when I was, like I said, when I was in college, I know it was probably past my shoulders. Because just thick, it was here. You see what I'm saying? And it was just all over. But I've never had length like this since then. When I came back home. You know, and I remember I had never had anything straight where I seen which flat iron until I went to Chicago. And they, I went to school in Chicago, and you know how they do in Chicago, they just flat iron it, and it would be just as, like it would blow in the wind. You see what I'm saying? And I had never experienced that. Because otherwise it was pressed or perm, and it was, curls. You know what I'm saying? You could smell the hot comb and all that other stuff. But this was like I couldn't, in Chicago, I mean, it was nice. It was, until you know?
So many people have told me, they was like, Tanya, you do hair like you from humidity, like you from the humid climates, because they say nobody here in Denver knows how to do hair.
Because now Lily put a perm in my hair. I don't think I really ever needed a perm.
I think that's a money guzzling technique.
It is.
To get the total of the service higher than a normal service. They make you think, oh, you have to have a relaxer. Oh, you need protein. You need. Like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
I agree with you. It's an experience, I tell you. But I think, I think Sonia says she's never really experienced a humid climate. I'm trying to think, has she? other than when she went to DC.
Was he new?
Yeah, but it was such a short time. But I was just talking to her dad today,
Look straight ahead for me. And
it's just stress. Sometimes stress is just.
Stress just means that you're thinking more than you normally do.
Yeah.
That's all that means. And when you're thinking more than you normally do, you're probably going to not take care of yourself like you normally do.
Because I remember when we were younger in Denver.
Don't move, please.
Going to winter. Going to winter. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When we get ready to go.
Not a problem. We can leave this just like this. This is where stylists get in trouble because they want to always clean everything up without asking the client. And some clients are okay with it, like you are. So we'll leave it alone. Because it's not like your hair ain't going to grow. So many people say, well, your hair is not going to grow unless you chop it shorter. That don't even make no sense.
If you don't cut your hair,
Yeah,
trim your hair, it's not going to grow?
No, not trim.
If you
Remove inches.
Okay.
They don't let that stay. They'll try to convince you that if you don't cut that away, that your hair is not going to grow right. And that's not true. That's like trying to say, oh, well, a plant ain't going to grow until you cut all the leaves off. That don't even make sense. Clients are so what I call easy. They just go with whatever. I feel like if I told clients to go outside and you got to hang upside down at night, clients would do it. Oh, okay, Miss Tanya said we got to hang upside down. It's like, make it make sense. Does that make sense to you? Like going in for a service, like especially like a hairstyle, and then being told that you don't have to come back for 4 to 6 weeks, and that's okay with you? 4 to 6 weeks, like, dang, why so long? That's what I would say. What am I supposed to do in between time? So how long does your hair last after you leave me?
Oh, long time.
What's a long time? Like 5 days?
Oh gosh, no.
No, longer.
I mean, if I didn't mess with it,
Yes.
you know, if sometimes I just say, I just want to get a shower and lay down. But I mean, my hair will stay straight like this until I come back to see you.
It's good to hear. Good to know. Because that's never been the case even when we did protein treatments, it don't last. When we do keratin treatments, it don't last this long.
Oh yeah.
For sure, the relaxer.
What it is it lasts. Now, it might get funky.
Right, from the sweating. Yes, ma'am.
Just, and then you start to smell your hair. But if I needed it to last, all I gotta do is put it up. You know what I'm saying?
Some women don't understand that you sweat in your head, and your sweat stinks even in the head. So when you ain't washing and you're wearing a style for months, your head stinks.
Yeah. And I do.
It's nasty.
So I'm gonna.
Women don't realize that. I think because the odor grows on the woman doesn't realize her head is smelling like that.
It's alright, I probably don't wash my hair like I'd say every 2 weeks.
You book with me. Sure, you don't have to.
Every 2 weeks.
You shouldn't go longer than 7 days. The only way you should be going 14 is if you're in my chair or you live in humidity. Because at that point, your sweat is not going to make your hair kinky. You feel how your hair felt when you came in?
Mm-hmm.
That was crunchy. I call that brittle.
Oh, yeah. Because it I was wearing it, Kiki,
Mm-hmm.
and I had just, I'll do one of these things. I'll just get in the shower, let it run through, comb it out, and put some of that. You know how you told me to put the moisturizer
Yes.
on it if you wear it natural.
Yes.
Otherwise, you don't have to. And so I'll put that on there. Then I'll wear it natural, and then it'll go natural for a couple of days. And then I'll just start putting it up on my head. And so what it was is it was up on my head, but it was kind of kinky.
Yes.
And so I combed it out.
Mm.
Just so I wouldn't be twitching in your chair when you got ready. But it lasts a long time if I put it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's the goal. That's the key. That's why I tell all my clients the number one way to protect your straightness is you got to wrap every single day, and not just when you sleep. I tell so many clients, you don't just sweat your hair out overnight. You can sweat it out when you're goosing, having sex. You can sweat it out if you're vacuuming. You can sweat it out if you get mad. Even eating spicy foods can sweat your whole head out, and women don't realize that all of these different things can cause your hair to get frizzy. I think we just think, oh, that's only going to happen if I sleep or if I work out. Well, no, your hair can get frizzy doing way more than that.
Yeah, just cooking, anything.
Yeah.
Summertime especially. Summertime especially. But I just get tired of it.
Over that way.
I don't know. It gets kind of like I'll tell you what the feeling that I get is where I feel like it just has to breathe.
What's that? Your scalp?
My scalp.
Yeah.
And so, even though it's straight, it sometimes it will be like it will hold up for a long time. But it's just like, oh no, I just gotta breathe. I don't know how to explain it. And I'll be honest, I do enjoy wearing the natural from time to time. But
I'm so uncomfortable with my hair like that.
I just
I don't feel pretty.
No.
I feel messy. I feel real messy.
Really? My husband prefers it like that.
Some men do. That is so true. I think it looks fuller. It makes a woman's hair look so much more fuller.
But I like both. I mean, I do like both.
Yeah, I always say you're lucky if you're okay with how your hair looks when it air dries, because not everyone's okay with it. Just like braids, not everybody's comfortable in braids. Some wear them all the time.
That's true. I would feel like I would probably I wouldn't mind a style change, with braids. However, it would bother me to have, how sometimes women have older women have the cornrows and then it's kind of up. But that would drive me crazy after a while because I'll be like,
itchy.
And I don't know if it would equal out the time that you sit there to get it done. I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I'm saying? How long it takes to get it done, and then all of a sudden it's bugging you already. tell you one thing though. I never ever envisioned me being in my 60s with long hair.
What? You thought you'd be short hair in your 60s?
I just thought maybe when I got 60 or older, I would just chop it all off.
That's what most women do, because they go through that hair loss phase in their 40s and 50s, and they lose so much hair that they're defeated. So they're just like, you know what? I'm going to just cut it all off.
I tell you, I think I just gave up to the point where I just said, Father, it's in your hands. Because I told you I done lost 2 heads of hair.
Yeah, you told me. Well, I'm happy that I helped you grow it back to this.
You did, darling. You did. I ain't know, I mean.
Holistic hair growth up off in here.
Do. Because, I mean, honey.
I tell you ladies the same thing. Like, dang, I've never seen you with this much hair before. And it's so rewarding to know that I helped you to get to this point.
Without it feeling, I don't know how to explain it. It was just used to feel, you know, like you go to a beautician and you get it done. And it would feel long and full, but you just feel that smell. I don't like that smell.
That means they used a moisture shampoo only, and it didn't clean you all the way.
Well, yeah.
That's your sweat.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, think
it's
about
just
it.
Like it was like the hot comb and the sweat combination. It's a smell that I don't feel like. I know when I first started coming to you, I said, oh, I just like the fact that I could smell my hair. It smells good. And not to mention the oil.
Talk about the oil.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am. So many think that everything is for everybody. So a lot of stylists have not been taught the differences between hair types and how to identify, even when the client is wet, right? Whether they have high or low density. Because if a client has low density, you would never use a serum. You're going to weigh them down. And that makes thin-headed women mad because we're already thin. So to add oils, you're going to just weigh me down and minimize my volume even more. And we don't like that. For instance, I added oil to your hair before I blow dried you. And your hair looks fine. It don't look heavy. It don't look stringy. None of that. If I'd have did the same thing to my hair, I look like a chicken head or a seal that just came out the water. It would not be a good thing, right, for my hair type. So I've had to learn over the years.
To just gauge it.
Well, to pay attention, right? Like, is her hair, what does it look like when it's wet? Because sometimes you ladies, when you walk in, that natural effect sometimes is misleading. Because your hair looks so much more fuller or thicker than what it really is, because it's frizzy.
Yeah.
So when we get ready then to bring you back and we're adding the oils onto the blow-dried hair, you're thinking you're okay until you apply the heat, and then it goes stringy straight, and then you're like, oh snap, I done made her way too heavy. And at that time it's too late, because you done locked it into the hair. There's no way to come from it, you know, or you'd have to take the client back to the bowl, and we ain't doing that. So it's like, I hope she don't say nothing. I hope she don't get mad.
Have you seen those? I think they're those kiddish shampoos.
I use a kitty shampoo.
Kiddish.
What
No,
you
it's,
mean?
it's
Like
called
it's called
it's
kiddish
Kiddish. I think it's kiddish, and
for
it's
kids.
bars. It's a bar soap for
Oh
shampoo
yeah. So I use bar soap all the time.
for your hair.
Actually,
And it's like in rice. Well, basically it's they're doing away with the bottle.
over there, over there.
We might have like bars of castor, what is it? Castor
Castor.
and castrol, and then they have the rice bars, and I've seen those.
Yeah, I definitely advocate for them because the bars have way less ingredients, aka chemicals in them.
Okay.
So the bars are much, much, much milder than any liquid option on the market.
But this shampoo, this stuff, I think it's the best. I like it.
I got a curly product coming for us that I'll be recommending for any of my clients that wear their hair in their natural state because it won't make your hair brittle feeling, which is nice.
Is it this same company?
No, this is a totally different young lady. I met her in LA, and her aunt felt that our products would pair well together.
Oh wow!
I know, right? So I met her, and first thing I do, I put products in my hand because I'm very particular about how my skin feels. That tells me a lot right there. If it's sticky, if it's oily, if it's, you know what I mean, if it's tacky or anything. Usually my hands can tell me that. And with her product, yep, it absorbed right into my skin. So it was like, very, very, very nice. So then I tried it on here because I was like, I need to test it real quick. So I found someone that had, was in their natural state, and I asked her to come here. And I was like, can I just try this product on your hair? And she was like, sure. I couldn't believe how soft it without washing the hair. That's a good product. If your product softens hair and you don't even have to wash the hair, that's a darn good product.
Yeah, I would say so.
Heck yeah. Just like mine.
Yeah.
I don't have to wash the head in order for my product to soften. That's a darn good product.
So are you going to start, are you going to bring it in?
What I want to do is collaborate with her.
Okay.
Meaning, I would like to bundle her product with mine, because mine is not a curly product, right? Mine is a hydrator. Mine is a post-treatment to the tap water. So it would pair nicely because you would use my product first, right? To detangle and to prep the hair is what it would be named. Like, this is your curly hair prep prior to adding your favorite curly product. So you would use my water first, and then you would add her product.
Okay. What was I going to ask you? What did you say the best bottled water to drink was?
Bottled here in Denver and Colorado, I believe right now, Eldorado is the mildest.
Okay.
Unless you can find artesian water in your stores, it's very different based on location. I've noticed that all stores don't sell
artesian.
the same options of water. So you gotta kind of look, you know what I mean? Do the research, go to more than one store also, because again, what's in King Soopers, there's another option in Safeway. What's in Safeway probably is another option in your Walmart. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
I'm gonna put my, I think I want to put my card on this side.
Okay.
For some reason, I think.
Okay. You like that gold comb?
I like that cocoa. I might not get that comb back.
I'll get you one. Oh, get it, get it. Oh! Woo!
What am I doing without you?
You do just fine. You just do better with me. That's all.
I love
Look
you.
how beautiful you are. Girl, you lucky you married. Be driving these young boys crazy. Let me just control your flybys.
No, that I couldn't. I'm so grateful for my husband because I said I couldn't handle another one.
Beautiful. You are welcome. It is my pleasure. Beautiful. All done. I told Tanya I have an Easter sale Sunday, Easter Sunday sale coming up on Easter Sunday. If you can hold off till then.
For the water?
The 16 ounce will only be $26.
Okay. Okay. Can I just see the back?
Absolutely, you can see the back. Let me just clean my mirror off.
I see what you were saying.
But honestly, as it's swaying, nobody really knows. See how it closes? So as you swaying and moving your head back and forth, nobody knows we're missing that link.
Yeah, I think that's what we did talk about.
And that's why I always show it to you ladies, because it's a preferential thing. Like, you don't have to cut your length off just to close a hole.
I got you. And maybe this, probably in August.
Not a problem. You can choose to do it. You don't have to ever do it. Because again, you will get shorter when we do so. So that's the decision that you have to make. Like, am I okay with coming? Because we'd have to come up to here. You see that? Kind of up to here.
That's what I was thinking.
So you may say, yeah, that's fine. I'm not that much shorter. But some ladies are like, ooh, no, I want to keep all of that.
Yeah.
So then you just...
And I'm okay with that. And yeah. We just get through the summer.
Yeah.
And then we'll go ahead and go.
Sounds good to me. Beautiful.
I know it would look better if I treated it right.
You're doing just fine. Long as you're in my chair. The only time you gotta worry is if you're not in my chair. Then you gotta worry about how you treating it, cause Gunny, that's beautiful. You're welcome. It is my pleasure. I'd be nothing I am without you. Thank you. You need any change?
No.
Thank you. You didn't come with a jacket, huh?
No.
No.
I was surprised too. I brought one, but I dipped it off in the car.
Good. Stretching out a little bit.
Yes, I'm getting ready to start some physical therapy.
Good job. Good job.
And get some things moving a little better.
Right. Oh, come on.
Damn.
Wasn't that fun? Let me turn this music off. All right, wasn't that fun? You just watched me completely transform a woman's hair that has no relaxer. And I didn't use no conditioner. You didn't watch me use no heat protectant. I used an oil in my atomizer, and I use mineral oil. I don't use no yellow oils because they're too greasy. So only go with clear oils, y'all, and make sure that you put it in an atomizer and not in your hands. Because when you put it in your hands, you're going to smear it onto wherever you touch first. Then you gotta get some more and add some more and get some more and add some more. If you put it in the atomizer, it sprays on. And it sprays on lightly, so you ain't never gonna make your hair too heavy. And then everyone needs a bottle of My Water Beauty Solution. My product is a post-treatment to the tap water. This is not a shampoo. This is not a conditioner. This is not a gel. This is hydration that removes what your tap water leaves behind. And listen, this is how I'm getting this amazing result that lasts for at least 14 days. That wasn't the case when we was doing relaxers and protein treatments. So I highly recommend, if you really want to give that wow to your clients and you want them coming back to you, or you just want to soften your own hair, post treat your tap water with My Water Beauty Solution, because it's your tap water that's doing all that mess to your hair. All right. I had fun today. I have fun every day. Now that I'm a hair care practitioner and I don't style no more, I'm making more money. I got more clients, having more fun. I'm able to travel more, traveling coming right back to me. So I just want to thank y'all for joining me. I'm going to get off of here because it's 4 o'clock. I do every client in 2 hours or less. And she had long hair. She had a gang of it. I still blow dry everybody in 10 minutes or less. If anybody out there in Tanya Does Hair land, put me on stage. I know somebody out here knows a hair show or something type of show. Put me on stage. You see, I'm a razzle and dazzle the crowd. Anyway, if not, I'll just be in here doing my amazing work here in the private suite in the Denver Tech Center. So again, I'm gonna get off of here. Thank y'all for joining me. If you haven't already, make sure you like the video. Can I get 20? Here we go again with these likes, y'all. Can I get 29 likes, please? Thanks, everybody. I'm gonna go back through the comments. Thanks, Vaughn. What's up, Vaughn? Thank you so much, Kim. Thanks, Patricia. You make it look so easy. Why can't I do it myself? Well, Patricia, because you got to practice for at least 32 years like I have. I've been doing this for 32 years. I ain't new to this. I'm true to it. Y'all be making me laugh. Thank you, Miss Joyce. Thanks, Leela. Thanks, Netta. Hi, Sire. Ooh, right on. What's up, Misty? Hi, Shine. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Paul. Cecilia. Oh, Cecilia mad? Voting is a sin. I'm not voting. That's so stupid. Listen, y'all, I don't let mindsets like that bother me no more. The only people that are bothered by somebody talking about their money are broke people. So that don't bother me no more, because anybody that's got some real bread, we know that's what we do. We talk about it. That's not boasting and bragging. I had another woman try to tell me that I was bragging. There's a difference. I'm stating facts. I'm being honest. Shoot, there's a big difference. I'm not bragging. I'm serious, and it's a fact that I earn over 6 figures a year. I'm anointed and appointed. Didn't you not know this, Miss Cecilia? I think you're new to me, so you better subscribe. Thanks, y'all, for the likes. Alrighty, I think I'm all right. What's up, Deborah? Hi, Jarrell. Hi, Branson. Hi, Shraddha. Hi, Tracy. What's up? Ooh, my Jeff was on here with me. Jeff down in Florida, y'all. I might go meet him. Sure, I might go meet me a Jeff or two. But what's up, Jeff? Alrighty. What's up, CJ? CJ's in the house with me too. You looking like a real fine piece of sister tonight. You look hella good right now. Let me take you out for a good time. You look like you need a brother like me to show you a good time in this city. CJ, you better pull up on me. That's all right. Alrighty, I think I'm done with all of them. What's up, Layla? Hi. Thanks, Netta. What's up, Colby? Hi, Cynthia. Alrighty. I'm off of here. Anybody got some last minute questions for me? Because this was fun today. I mean, it's fun every day. But I thank you because I'm trying to come on with a different color scrub. And I just bought these out in LA at Dressamed. And they only charge $32 for a whole set, y'all. So if y'all into scrubs and you want to get some cost effective ones, look up Dressamed in LA, California. They super cheap and they're very nice and high end. It got the pockets and stuff. Got the zipper pocket on the pants. Thanks you all for joining me. I don't see any other questions coming. Thank you. Yes, I love them. I love the colors that I wear. So thanks again for joining me. My link is in the description. Make sure you like the live, share it, and make sure you subscribe so you can be a part of my tribe. Because once you hit that bell, you're going to know automatically because the notification goes right to your inbox. So you'll know when Miss Tanya is going on live. And guess what, y'all? My hair is growing. I finally following my own approach. I thought I was the exception to the rule, thinking I could go without trimming my ends and thinking I can detox my own scalp. Now that I got help from a professional, way better results than I was giving myself. And that's a shame that I was making my own self struggle because I'm trying to do everything myself. So if y'all like me and you want more, please go see a professional and quit trying to do your hair yourself at home, okay?